Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I'm bringing you a tag video, and this is the finished the book tag. So I saw this over on Mel from a book fiend named Mel. She did not tag me, however I like the sound of this, so I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I will just give her credit because that's where I found it. But this is originally from Micah Cummins, who I will also leave down below, but this is just 8 questions, one of which is just who do you tag. And the best part about this tag is I don't have to get any books out to then put away after, because we're talking about stats and things like that. So question number 1, do you keep a list of the books you've read? Yes, I have CawPile, which I obviously track my yearly reading, and I also have my Goodreads that I have had since about 2016, I think was the first year I did it. There are books added on there that was like that I read pre-2016, but obviously they are not dated, they're just on there as having read. But yeah, Goodreads is the main place. Question number 2 is, what stats do you record? This kind of varies from year to year. So my main ones this year are number of books read, number of pages read, and number of like hours listened to on audio. I keep track of how many physical books, how many ebooks, and how many audios, how many DNFs, and then how many 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. And I'm also keeping track of the genres this year as well. So there's that. There have been previous years where, because I use CawPile, which was created by G over at Book Roast, and I have this year I have like got rid of a lot of columns, because usually I have the columns where whether it's adult, YA, middle grade, what like subgenre is, what like if it's got LGBTQ plus representation, whether it's POC rep, and it just got a bit too overwhelming for me. Those stats are great, and I really enjoyed seeing just how diverse my reading was, and I definitely feel like this year I have been reading a lot more like queer books especially, but it's too overwhelming having that many columns to fill in with every single book, like especially seeing how many books I read a year. So I kind of have stopped doing that. I don't know if I'll start again in future years, we shall see, but for this year it's not there. And I also, it's not really a stat, but I do have a spreadsheet with all the books I physically own, and I mark off when I've read them on there, so I can keep track of how big my actual TBR is as well. It's not as big as it was, just saying. Question number 3, do you give star ratings? Yes, I do. Even though CawPile has a half-star like rating, I don't use half-star ratings. I think even if Goodreads was to introduce it, which I hope they do for other people, but I don't think I would personally use the half-star feature. I quite like just having 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. No halves for me. Question number 4 is, do you review books? Yes. So obviously I talk about the books I read on here, which are sort of like mini reviews. They're not that in-depth. The only books I tend to actually type up reviews for are ones that I've got off NetGalley. Other than that, I just don't have the time or the energy to do it for every single book I read, because then it's going to feel like a chore and I don't want it to. Question number 5 is, where do you put your finished books? So digitally, I obviously add them to my CawPile. Physically, it depends. If I'm planning on unhauling the book, it goes on a pile somewhere in my room, ready for the next unhaul video I do. There's one coming soon, don't worry. If it's a book that I liked and I want to keep, then it goes back on the shelf. But first, it goes back onto the TBR cart, because it needs to be ready for my wrap up at the end of the month. Question number 6 is, how do you pick your next book? So I do monthly TBRs. I have obviously my TBR game, which is May the TBR Be With You, where I pick 5 books. And then most months, which I find hilarious saying considering September I don't have a readathon, but Most months I have a readathon as well that I take part in or host myself. So that helps me pick the books I want to read in that month. And then throughout the month, it just sort of is based on, oh, do I have a buddy read for this one? Do I have a hold at the library for this one? Am I in the mood for this one? So throughout the month, I just have to pick from that small pile, which I'm very grateful for. Because if I had to just pick from everything, it wouldn't happen. Number 7 is, do you have any rituals when you have finished a book? Literally just put my rating into core piles. So like my character, atmosphere, writing, plot, logic, intrigue, logic, enjoyment, to get my 5-star rating. And then I put that rating into Goodreads. And then the book, I also write the 5-star rating in my planner, and then, or the rating, not a 5-star rating. And then the book goes on the TBR cart. If it's a audiobook hold at the library, I return it so that the next person can have it. But that's about it. And then obviously I talk about it in my vlog clip that evening or the next evening, depending on if I can be bothered to vlog that day. I'm probably the worst booktube of the booktubes. I am so chill, no stress here. And then the final question number 8 is, who do you tag? So I'm gonna tag Ash from Ashley's Bookish Life, because I have to tag my girlfriend. I'm gonna tag Jem from the Creepy Geek, because of course I am. And I'm gonna tag Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads and Kaz from Cats and Camera. If you don't want to do this, don't feel like you have to. But if I haven't tagged you and you do want to do it, please feel free, and make sure you let me know so that I can be nosy, because I like seeing everyone's answers, even when it's not my tag video. But that is my tag video, my finished the book tag. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.